Godzilla, Ultraman, Evangelion, Patlabor, Gamera, all in a single game. If that statement didn't make your dick rock hard, we just can't be friends. City, Shrouded, and Shadows is a PlayStation 4 exclusive released in 2017 from Grizella, of which was their first console game before they went on to develop Disaster Report 4. And God does it ever show, but I find it a little unfair to properly review this game, given that all the text and dialogue is entirely Japanese with no English option whatsoever. So while I was able to play it, it was a hell of a struggle, and I didn't get to fully experience everything the game has to offer. So keep that at the forefront of your mind as you watch this video. The premise of this game is basically the same thing as the Disaster Report series. You choose a character and then attempt to survive through various chapters as Tokyo crumbles around you. But the selling point here is that you're not just trying to survive a natural disaster, you're trying to survive as the greatest crossover of famous monsters and mecha turned Japan into a battleground. There's a storyline in here, but of course, I'm a Caucasian weeb with no knowledge of the language, so I just buggered my way through all of it. For some reason, your character's hands glow purple, and you're being chased by the Yakuza. The poorly translated walkthrough I used dubbed this guy Scary Mohawk, so that's just who he is to me now. And that's about as much as I was able to gather from the plot, so there you go. Now you're probably telling yourself, you could have gone on the internet and looked up a plot synopsis. Yeah, I could have, and it probably would have made my life a hell of a lot easier, but where's the fun in that? But I mean, you want to run around bumblefucking your way through the streets of Tokyo while Ava Unit 1 and Sachiel duke it out around you?
Get him, Shinji! Rock his fucking socks off! Do something! Fucking... Oh, I think... God damn it!
Want to try to escape a skyscraper while Godzilla and King Ghidorah put the smackdown on each other just outside the window? You can! They even give you a button that focuses on whatever monster you're looking at so you can just stare in awe, but then you just end up dying when they step on you. However, unless you can speak Japanese, that's about the only selling point this game has. There are a lot of side quests and dialogue options that seem to affect the game's story course, but again, without any knowledge of Japanese, you can't really enjoy any of it. This game was clearly a budget title, and you're reminded of that every single step of the way. The graphics aren't much of a step up from something you would have seen at the end of the PlayStation 2's lifespan. The frame rate dropped so badly that there were actually times I thought my PlayStation 4 was about to crash. There's so many fucking QuickTime events that it makes Resident Evil 4's look like modern art, and most of the audio is just stock and way too loud. There's also driving segments that somehow have the worst controls I've ever experienced. I mean, if you so much as do anything besides lightly tap your thumbstick, you're gonna go into a wall. So like, even though I'm trying to drive down a straight narrow way, I'm like swerving back and forth like I had one too many drinks because I just can't keep myself on the road properly. But despite all this, there is a certain charm to it in the same kind of way that Deadly Premonition is so beloved despite the fact that it's such a messy game. I feel this would fall into the same category. Why Namco keeps releasing Disaster Report games in English, arguably a series of games with far less of a fan base than Godzilla or Gamera or Evangelion, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why City, Shrouded, and Shadows hasn't ever been given an English release. It wouldn't take much. Just translate the text and leave the audio in Japanese. It worked just fine for the Yakuza series. But let's face it, I mean, what it probably comes down to is that it's a licensing issue. So thankfully, because the PS4 is region free, is it worth the price to import this game? That totally depends on how big a fan you are of these monsters and these anime. I can't deny that it's cool to witness firsthand some of my favorite kaiju battle all around me, but without a plot to follow or any way to read what's happening, I'm basically just suffering through really bad frame rate drops, the same QuickTime events repeatedly over and over and over again, and a bunch of bullshit unfair deaths to get from monster sequence to monster sequence.
Damn, thanks for the... Oh! Okay, this has to work. This has to work, right? What the fuck am I supposed to do? Fuck, I was like right fucking there. I saw a little side piece. Can I go to the side piece? Nope. Fuck.
But I really do feel like this game should be released over here for like a budget price, not a full price. If they release this over here for $79.99, nope, no thank you, bro. But, you know, as a budget title for like $29.99, $19.99, yeah, I think it deserves to be over here, and I think you would give it a shot in that case. But as it stands right now, at the upwards of what, $30, $50 import fee, not really worth it unless you want to be infuriated. But as a concept, it's really cool, and despite its flaws, you gotta give credit where credit is due. You too can support the channel for just $1 a month by joining the Patreon for exclusive videos and content. Links in the description down below.